I'm Alpha, and this is my 5-minute morning show. Happy April Fool's Day, by the way. I hope you haven't gotten fooled today. Oh, this is also the day you're supposed to have your census turned in. Did you know that? Yeah, you gotta have your census turned in, filled out and all that stuff on April Fool's Day. Anybody find that a little bit coincidental? All right, I'll try not to fool you, but I will ask you this question before we start the clock. Your habits change as you get older, and with 16 to 34, nearly half of people say they do it all the time, between 16 and 34. After 55, though, 82% of people said they never do it. What is it? Probably not what you're thinking. Have the answer for you in about 5 minutes. Start the clock right now. We haven't talked about a few groups of people, but they've been in the news real big. Now, yesterday, I remember I told you that I was the czar of shut up. Okay, I'm the shut up czar. So if anybody needs to be told, just shut up. Shut up and sit down. And quit bothering people. That's my job. So, and I think Bill Maher needs to be told to shut up, by the way. It's my opinion. And you're probably thinking, well, I need to be told to shut up. But see, I'm the czar of shut up, so you can't do that. There are certain people, though, who take it to a different level. They need to be smacked upside the head. And you know people like that. I mean, there are people who just do such stupid things you just want to smack them upside the head. Okay, you know people like that? All right. Then there's people who take it even a step further. And these people need to be chained and weighted with bowling balls or whatever else and given little paper cuts and thrown in the ocean and just let the sharks have a good time. One group of people is this Huttery group, this so-called Christian militia. They're in the upper Midwest. They just had a big arrest. I think they got 8 of them the other day. Their plan was to kill a police officer and then show up at the funeral and kill a bunch more people, hopefully to start a war against the government. What are you thinking? Are you stupid? I mean, how dumb do you have to be to think a plan like that is, first of all, a good idea, and then it's going to work? These people need to be thrown in the ocean, all in a group. Let them drown together. Another one is this is Westport Church, I think it is, Westport Baptist Church in Topeka, Kansas. Reverend Fred Phelps. He thinks it's a good idea to show up at the funerals of deceased men and women from our military and protest, saying they deserve to die, and God hates America, and God hates homosexuals, but he doesn't use the word homosexuals. What kind of person is this? A dad of a deceased soldier sued this group and won like $5 million, which would have broken the church. And then it went to appeal, and the appellate court ruled that the dad was wrong, and the dad needed to pay the church's court cost, about $60,000. Dad didn't have that kind of money. Some people are chipping in now to pay it, but come on, where is the... In fact, the judge needs to be slapped upside the head for starters, and then the whole group of that church needs to be thrown in the ocean. Another group, these kids in Massachusetts who bullied this girl. She had immigrated with her family from Ireland. She had a relationship with a star football player of the school, and then everybody started picking on her and bullying her. 2 guys even raped her. And it got so bad they were picking on her physically, emotionally, in person, online, that the poor girl killed herself. I may have been able to find just a tad bit of mercy for some of those kids had they not taunted her on Facebook even after she died. What is wrong with these people? What kind of kids are we raising? At what point did we turn a child into a loving, playful little ball of energy into something that was so cruel and downright inhuman in so many ways? I just don't understand what we've made our world into. And these people, I really believe, have taken it a step beyond needing to be smacked upside the head, and they need to be dealt with severely as possible. All right, here's a story. Kind of fun. I mean, you ever been to a ball game? You know, sometimes baseballs and sometimes bats come flying right at you. Guy for the Minnesota Twins stepped up to the plate, fouled the ball off, hit his own mom right in the chest with the foul ball. It's a good thing it was not Mother's Day. Eh? Oh, and speaking of kids, there's a kid in Martinsville, Indiana. 10 years old. Mom dropped him off at daycare. The police had to be called because the kid was being combative and threatening other children, and when they showed up, he was kicking and screaming and yelling, and it's not the first time they've had to have been called to this daycare to handle this little kid. So, they couldn't handle him. What'd they do? They hit him with a stun gun, and everybody's all upset about it. I'm thinking, did it work? Did he calm down? Well, if it did work, and if you calm down, then maybe if you zap him with a stun gun every time he acts like that, he'll quit acting that way. Maybe that's what these kids need to start with, so we won't turn them into such little monsters that we've created. All right, just about out of time, so back to the top of the 5 minutes. When you're 16 to 34, you do it a lot, over almost half people do. After 55, 82% of people say they never do it. What is it? Show up late. Yeah, when you're older, I mean, you got nothing else to do. In fact, sometimes you show up early. Hello, I'm here. Okay, that's it. It's Holy Week. So much going on. Tomorrow we'll talk more about Holy Week and the craziness that's going on in our world. We'll get to that tomorrow. In the meantime, that's my 5-minute morning show. We'll see you then.